From the pages of MikeHuckabee.com, an overflow facility for information, wit, and wisdom. Let's take a look back at some of the stories that made up the news of the week. And you know that you can get my insights and takes on all the news of the day delivered right to your email inbox twice a day, absolutely free, just by signing up for my newsletter at MikeHuckabee.com. Washington, D.C. normally would be beautiful around this time of year with all the cherry blossoms setting off the historic architecture in our nation's capital. But in 2021, it looks like a police state. Cherry blossoms, oh sure, but also razor wire, miles of fencing, and National Guard, making it look more like an armed camp. Democrats don't want the image of troops and fencing at the southern border, but it's a fine look for our capital, apparently. And there's just no legitimate reason for it. We've seen no evidence that the current threat level warrants that type of security. We all know the big military presence is pure political theater. Now, there's still much we don't know about the security breach at the Capitol building on January 6th that served as the pretext for all of this. But Democrats are pushing a false narrative that this was an armed insurrection by white supremacists. No evidence for either of those claims. It's just that they say it. Joe Biden's Attorney General nominee, Merrick Garland, on the opening day of his confirmation hearing, said he plans to personally supervise the prosecution of the white supremacists who stormed the Capitol. I'm pretty sure he just means Trump supporters. I wonder if he'll also personally oversee prosecution of violent rioters who spent months burning American cities, causing billions of dollars in property damage, leaving dozens dead and hundreds of police officers injured. I'm pretty sure we know the answer to that as well. And now some Democrats are turning their focus to Fox News and other conservative outlets like Newsmax and One America News. Democrats from California, of course, California, are trying to bully cable providers into dropping those outlets from their platforms. And their entire justification for trying to censor what they brand as propaganda and disinformation is based on propaganda and disinformation, like the rapidly unraveling narrative that the assault on the Capitol building by a small group of extremist nutjobs was some sort of serious insurrection to overthrow the government on the level of 9/11. Now, if I were to argue that sources of the dangerous partisan disinformation be removed from TV, heck, I'd be pushing for CNN and MSNBC to get dropped. But I would never do that because I believe in free speech rights, just as the founders of our country intended them. A free marketplace of ideas where all voices are heard, even disgusting ones. And the people are expected to have enough sense to tell good ideas and worthy speech from ludicrous, totalitarian garbage and outright lies. Well, let's go on to the Twitterverse. Senator Liz Cheney said this week that she doesn't think President Trump should be speaking at CPAC this weekend. Here's what she said to reporters, and I quote, "I don't believe that he should be playing a role in the future of the party or the country," end quote. My response on Twitter was this: "Hey Liz, Trump got 74 million votes. You got 186,000. A lot of us think Trump has a role, but you don't." By the way, Trump will be speaking on Sunday at CPAC. He's expected to say that he's the GOP's presumptive nominee in 2024. That'll be fun. By the way, my daughter and I will be speaking Saturday night. I guess we are the warm-up act for President Trump, who will be there on Sunday. Here is a tweet from actor Kevin Sorbo. I love this. "I will say Biden has exceeded my expectations. I thought it would take him at least a year to ruin the country." I love Kevin Sorbo. Been on our show many times. It's going to be a long 4 years, Kevin, and we're going to have to somehow try to make America great again. Again. Now on to a well-deserved shame on you. Democrats and their media lapdogs rebranding kids in cages to unaccompanied minor overflow facilities. Quite a rebrand. Democrats should do that when they build their gulags and call them Karl Marx camps for tolerance, friendship, and re-education. Now, it was reported this week that the Biden administration is using the very same migrant facilities that the Trump administration used. But all of a sudden, they're not so cage-like. Kamala Harris called those facilities a human rights abuse during the Trump administration. Same facilities, but of course, it's different when Democrats do it. They put kids in cages with better intentions, so therefore it's okay. Finally, a well-deserved shout-out to the team at NASA who successfully landed a new probe on Mars called Perseverance. NASA says the rover's mission is to look for signs of past microbial life, collect rock samples and soil samples, and prepare for future human exploration. Also attached to Perseverance, a solar-powered helicopter drone called Ingenuity. Perseverance and Ingenuity, the spirit of America right there. And until next time, these have been the facts of the matter. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.